This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we are going to be taking a look. I really love solo card games. I've played them for years. And they've always been a lot of fun. I like games that you could play with, other people, but the solo ones really get me. Recently, I seen this game from a fantastic company, Firetap Games, Heroes of the Sanctum. Now, there is a lot going on here. I'm going to try to explain everything. I'll give you a nice brief overview of it. But they have a lot of stuff out for this. We're only going to be looking at the base box. But there is a multiplayer expansion for it. There is an epic expansion. So if you're not getting your teeth kicked in enough, you can make it even harder for you. And then there is a campaign comic here that you can run a full campaign, which is just glorious unto itself. But today we're going to be looking at what you get inside this fantastic box, which is a lot. And there is a lot going on, folks. So let's go down, we'll take a look, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this fantastic game. Alright, so I'm going to explain everything as best as I can. I have this set up for the very first scenario, which is hold the line. And usually there are times when you're going to have more than one area, and there are a bunch of different areas, and they're different on both sides. But for the first game, you're going to be doing this. And what you're going to be doing is scouting. And you're going to have to scout 11 times. Once you do that, you're going to be able to win the game. Okay? You have your quest tracker, which you're going to have to do this within 6 turns. And, of course, how many points that we're going to need to get to our scouting, well, there you go. You keep track of everything. Here is your scenario card, and it's going to have a big story on the back, which is going to really give you some thematic and read really detailed of what's going to happen. And then there are going to be certain things here that will happen during the game. When you start out, you're going to start out with a certain number of threats, and everything goes clockwise. Now, as you can see here, I have a bunch of heroes. I have 4 heroes in 4 different sections. And if you notice here on the bottom here, there are certain numbers. You're going to pull these cards out, which are going to have different threats for each area. So each area is going to have something like over here, there's the Inferno. You're going to have to deal with that, or else that particular hero is going to take 1 burn damage every single turn. Now, as you can see over here, this is the health of our guys, okay, which is 7, 7, 7, and 6 here. But the guys don't get hurt individually. What happens is you have a Sanctum banner here, as you can see. And whenever somebody gets hit, it's going to go in the middle here. And if you ever get the combined number here of their health, then both guys go, which is just absolutely brutal. Now, like I said, we're going to put out 3 guys, and I haven't seen what these guys are. Oops, that's over here. These are treasure cards. You can possibly get treasure cards, but as you can see, as I turn over each guy, you go clockwise. I don't think I shuffled these that good, but we'll do that anyways. All right. So now we put out 3 guys, and as you can see, this guy doesn't have anybody, but he has to deal with the Inferno. Now, over here, there's a bunch of symbols, and the game always starts, this when it comes first circle. This number here is how many actions all 4 guys can take, all right, in a combination. And you see the red here, and then you see the blue. Well, these are the symbols that you can do, okay? And there on the back of the book here, it's going to show you your quick reference. These action points in red are going to cost you 2 points. So you got to be smart in what you got to do. And as you can see, there's only 1 attack there, but there is any red. So you can basically get a wild card, which will give you 2 attacks. There's defend, heal, scout. Remember, we had to scout. And then on the bottom here, the blue, use, taunt, assist, move, any. So you could pick any if you decide to use all the blues. And those only cost 1 point. Now, the thing with move is you can always swap positions with a person, but wherever you're going, that person, the other person is going to go there. So you got to think of the stratagem of how that's going to work. And your turn, it consists of, let me just show you these cards, because after a while you can level up these guys. As you can see, they get a bit, more stacked. They have a passive ability and a unique ability that can happen once per game. They have attack over here. The Lightbringer has an attack of 1 and a defense of 0. So, particular with this guy right here, okay, if he were to attack him, as you can see, he only has 2 health, okay, but he does 2 attack back. So, to be honest with you, it ain't going to help you much to attack him for 1 and get rid of him. You may want to try to do a different action and see if you can muster something with your abilities to possibly take this guy out. This one here, the assassin, has an attack of 2. Well, our Underhound only has 2 health. Okay, so it'd be good to get them out of there. You attack first, and then later on in the turn they're going to attack. So you got to make sure. But again, you want to check your abilities before resolving an attack action. You may freely move to another battle line. So if we wanted to move, we can actually move to another battle line. Okay, so that's a really cool ability. There are so many different characters. There's guys with fighters and dwarves and stuff like that. You got assassins, infiltrators, lightbringers, deflectors, all kinds of stuff here that are going to happen. But you are going to take and decide, well, gee, I don't know what I want to do with this particular guy. Maybe I'll just search with this guy. Okay, because I'm going to skip it. I'm going to take the 2 damage anyways, and until I can figure something out next turn, maybe you do that. So you would come down and then scout, and you would put you want to put it on the red there, and then wow, we got 1 scout point to ending the game. Okay, we need 11 more. Where are we going to get that? Then this guy would attack, so obviously we would use our attack value here and take this guy out. Now, if he has anything that says when defeated, then you would get, possibly some kind of good card or something like that that would help you. But in the meantime, when he dies, he just goes to the discard. Okay, and then as far as our other 2 guys, boy, what do you want to do? This guy only does 1, but this has 2 health. But passive attack threats in any battle line may freely move before you. Oh, well, that's not good. You want to do unique. You may select up to 2 threats on the battlefield. Those threats receive 2 wounds. So any 2. So this might be the time to use the unique ability. Okay, and in order to do that, you would of course attack, and I would take out these 2 guys, right? Then you have the fire here. Okay, what are you going to do there? And I think you would have to do the action right there. Well, there is a thing called used, and if we do the used ability, we can actually flip this card over, and that would prevent us from taking any damage. So we got out of this all right, but the problem is another wave comes. Okay, and that's where things get really crazy, because if you don't have certain guys, and remember here I said defeat the current hero gains 1 loot, so we would turn over and he would get something special, a unique I accidentally left one of the relics up there. Okay, so you would get a scroll of restoration, and that would go underneath here, and you can use that at any time. So this is how it kind of works and goes. And then you have certain rules here that are going to happen. There are battle lines, and what can happen is, say we didn't defeat this guy, on the next turn when we started dealing out guys, there would be another guy deep. Okay, and another guy D, and it keeps on going. This is a complete battle line here. Okay, so depending on how you want to use your abilities, who has special abilities that can attack and so forth and so on, you can do different things to try to get this threat down while trying to scout at the same time, and deal with the environment and deal with the conditions of the cards. And after the turn would be done, this card here would move to the bottom and you would shuffle, and they don't all have just 8. There's some of them that have 6, some of them that have 7, some have more, but some have more attacks. Some don't have any attacks, they have just heals and stuff like that. And each turn, this is going to change what actions you're going to have available to you, which just makes this like such a, it's not a brain burn, but you've really got to think and plan things out in order to get done. Now, I've been getting my butt kicked, and I'm loving it. I love when I get my butt kicked by a game, because if I win it too easy, you're not going to play it again. This has been kicking my butt a bit, and I'm getting the feel of different characters and stuff that'll work for me. But this is a fantastic game that we are going to go up now and talk about. One that I highly suggest that you check out from Firetap Games, Heroes of the Sanctum. They have so much stuff out for it, and it's just glorious, and I don't see them stopping. This is a must-have. You must get this. Let's head up top and get my final thoughts. Glorious. There's a number of different heroes that you can use. I didn't show you the heroes. I like how everything is nice and condensed and right in front of you. It's not all over the place. The different areas that how you can swap out your guys. But when you do that, if one guy's got a whole bunch of hits, it goes down to the next sanction banner. And remember, it is a combined health value for that Sanctum banner, and once that has what the total health of is both guys are gone, and that could be quite daunting. Trying to scout like in the first thing for the burning village is not easy. You're trying to deal with all these threats, deal with the fire, deal with all the other stuff. There is so much going on, and it is just a lot of fun, and it is a fantastic playable, easy to learn game with unbelievable art, created by a team of guys that just get it. They just get it, and they do it right. Firetap Games, go check this out. Go purchase this from them. We talk about all these big games and $400 or $500 games, when we have games that are in little boxes but have big play and big fun value. Go check this one out. You're really going to love it. Heroes of the Sanctum. Fantastic game from Firetap Games. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.